So a few weeks back, there was an auction on a space in Philadelphia, and for folks who know, I'm looking for a space. There's a certain kind of space that I want for the bookshop, and this space was immaculate. I'm talking, it was built in the 1800s, and it used to be a convent, and it was just gorgeous, and it was up for auction, which is unheard of. It used to be Father Divine's, one of his buildings, which was again ministry. So I was like, oh gosh, it ties in so well. And to even get in the auction, you had to produce a very large check, right? To even just be in the room. And so I was able to just do that. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna trust. They said you get this back. They said you get this back if you don't win the auction. Right. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Got there. One of my homies, and this is my homie friend. Like I call her my doula, my artistic doula, because she just be showing up. And she was like, Janine, I'm up the street. I said, come over down here and lay your hands on this building with me before this auction starts. She came on down. She was like, Janine, if you want it to be, it'll be. And then the auction started, and all of the people, it was all men. And I was like, I started feeling it in my spirit. And none of those men had the skin color of you or I. And I started, it was just beating on me. And they also were men, they all had on like religious attire. And I was like, they're all working together, even though they're not. I'm just like, this is crazy. Yeah. And the numbers started going up, So they started the auction at 100,000. So, okay, cool. Then it just started hitting, 500,000, 750, $1 million. And my hand couldn't go up no more at $1 million. I couldn't raise my hand no more. I just couldn't. I can't do this. And I watched the building go for the $1 million. I think it was like 1.1. And I walked out of there completely defeated. Like, dang. And I called the bank, and I was just like, look, I just came out of this auction, and da-da-da. And the guy at the bank was like, Janine, we would have financed you 100%. Wow. And then I told the next friend, she was like, girl, we would have helped you raise that money. Then I told another friend, we would have done it. You had 60 days. Girl, we would have had that. We would have had that. We would have had that. You had it. And I called my Nana, and I didn't say much to her. I just said, Nana, I was Peter in there. And she knew exactly what I meant. I said, Nana, I was Peter. She said, what you mean you was Peter? I said, Peter is a funny guy because he says, Jesus call me out there to you.
Yeah.
So here you are, you're in the room. You ask Jesus to put you in the room. And then you start saying, oh, it's a howling wind. Oh, it's howling wind up in this joint. And my feet my knees started to buckle.
Ooh, that's good.
My knees started to buckle. And that has been a great lesson for me ever since then. Because, I know how to walk on water. Peter was walking on the water.
Yes, he was.
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't an illusion. It wasn't a wish. It wasn't
right.
He was doing it.
Yeah.
He was in the room. I was in the room, and that lesson was really, really immense for me. And I won't make that mistake again. I believe that lesson was enough.
Yeah. And that's a wonderful thing about God. Sometimes you learn a lesson for a bigger thing that he has for you.
Oh, so. Absolutely. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.